live. KHOU 11 News at 4 starts now.
An 11 News exclusive: burglars caught on camera stealing thousands of dollars worth of cigarettes.
And the store owner believes they may have hit more than one store.
We gave it everything we had. We left it all on the field, but we came up short.
J.J. Watt and other Texans talk about the ups and downs of the team's best season ever.
But first, very good news for former President George H.W. Bush. He's finally home from the hospital.
He was released from Methodist today after nearly 3 months there. Kevin Reece live in the Texas Medical Center with what the Bush family is saying and what's ahead. Kevin?
We can tell you that the president was released a little bit after noon today after spending 52 days here in the Texas Medical Center fighting a variety of health problems. We know that he spent his last night here at Methodist Hospital watching the Texans game last night. Disappointed like the rest of us, but proud of the team and now happy to be home. At 88 years old, Mr. Bush is the oldest living U.S. president. He was admitted here to Methodist back on November 23rd for treatment of bronchitis and a persistent cough. But by December 29th, he was transferred to intensive care because doctors were having trouble controlling a fever. Doctors say his additional problems, including a bacterial infection, have been solved enough that they are comfortable sending the president home as they did today while he continues physical therapy to rebuild his strength. One of his doctors here released a quote saying Mr. Bush has improved to the point that he will not need any special medication when he goes home. But as we said, he will continue that physical therapy. And Mr. Bush released a written statement today. He said, "I am deeply grateful for the wonderful doctors and nurses at Methodist who took such good care of me. Let me add just how touched we were by the many get well messages we received from our friends and fellow Americans. Your prayers and good wishes helped me more than you know, and as I head home, my only concern is that I will not be able to thank each of you for your kind words."
So inordinately grateful to everybody who reached out because the prayers and the goodwill wishes, get well wishes, helped. And so I know they would want me to thank all their fellow Houstonians across the city, friends across the country and around the world, literally, who reached out, and they just appreciated that as much as they appreciate also the Methodist team who just did incredible work.
Also, while he was here at Methodist back on January 6th, Mr. and Mrs. Bush celebrated their 68th wedding anniversary. That is also a record for a presidential couple. Meanwhile, he still does suffer from Parkinson's disease. That has him limited to a wheelchair or a scooter. But Jim McGrath, his spokesperson, said that as soon as he gets through his physical therapy, gets his strength back, even at 88 years old, he plans to be back at his West Houston office doing all the work that he can. But for now, live with good news from the Texas Medical Center, I'm Kevin Reece, KHOU 11 News.
Now let's go to some breaking news in Baytown. Dozens of police officers, as you can see there, and SWAT teams have surrounded a home on Parsley in the Ginger Creek subdivision. We're told a man is inside with a gun and he's been making threats. Nobody else in the home at this time, and negotiators are trying to get that man to surrender.
New at 4, 3 people arrested for tossing acid bombs at a home in Cypress. Investigators say that the vandals turned themselves in. Harris County deputies say David Kaler, Matthew Miller, and Max Thomas all confessed to the crimes and apologized to the homeowner. We showed you the video of these attacks captured on the homeowner's surveillance camera. All 3 suspects now face a felony charge of possessing prohibited weapons.
Well, you may want to avoid part of Highway 59 on your way home, and here's why. 3 main lanes of the East Tex Freeway are shut down at Little York so crews can make emergency repairs to the bridge. Now, we're going to show you a live picture right now from TransStar. These are the southbound lanes. You see the crews there working. They're hoping to have them reopened by rush hour tomorrow morning.
Now to a story you will see only on KHOU 11 News. This is surveillance video from a convenience store which shows a burglary that looks identical to the one we showed you at another store last week. Well, this latest victim spotted that similarity and contacted us for help. Here's Tim Wetzel.
These 2 brazen burglars broke through the front door and then climbed through a hole in the ceiling to get into this protective case, but they didn't care who was watching because the entire crime was all caught on surveillance video.
And they just jumped in from the roof, that's it.
Crooks with a serious craving for nicotine. Within minutes, they emptied this North Houston store out of thousands of dollars worth of cigarettes.
About 5,000 to 6,000 at least in cigarettes.
In just a few minutes?
Yeah, 5 minutes. The camera don't scare them.
Salman Momin is the owner's son. He shows us video of the thieves peeling off the store's shutters, then prying apart the front doors. Once inside, one burglar climbs up on the counter and goes through the ceiling to get through the bulletproof glass. He then simply unlocks the door to let his friend inside. For nearly 5 minutes, the two load up on cigarettes, tossing each pack into a huge trash can. They rummage through the store.
Stealing from people, that's not how you make living, you know? You make a living by working hard and making money.
But these guys seem to want easy, fast cash, and it looks like they've done it before. Just last week, another gas station on Bissonnette in West Houston was hit in a very similar break-in. Police are checking to see if they're related.
It's not fair.
Momin says because of the burglary, he won't get a paycheck this month. He blames not only the burglars, but other stores that might buy stolen cigarettes.
Because if they're buying cigarettes from these people, then, I mean, it's going to happen more to other stores too, you know?
Store owners are hoping somebody comes forward with a tip that allows police to arrest these guys before they hit another business. In North Houston, Tim Wetzel, KHOU 11 News.
Another of the 20 men charged in the gang rape of an 11-year-old Cleveland girl has entered a guilty plea. Cedric Scott's trial was set to start today. Instead, he pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 15 years. 4 more suspects that leaves in the case are waiting to go to trial.
A homeowner in Southwest Houston had a doubly rude awakening overnight. First, a car crashes into his garage. The homeowner tells us when he rushed outside, he saw 3 men stumbling out of that vehicle. Then, he says, the driver asked him not to call police. He said, no way, and the men took off running. Police are still looking for the suspects.
Well, the Texans, they gave us a lot to cheer about this year. We're not complaining. But they didn't have any answers for Tom Brady and company. Still, the fans are celebrating a historic season. That's the players honking their horns to acknowledge loyal fans as they left Reliant Stadium last night.
Many of them waved to the crowd, and All-Pro left tackle Dwayne Brown even stopped to sign photographs, autographs, and chat with the fans.
It was a fantastic season, so I had to come out and support them. Win or lose, they did a miraculous thing.
Go Texans! Go Texans! Woo! Yeah!
A lot of support. 2 straight years to the playoffs means we've got a lot to build on for next year.
But yesterday's loss raises questions about the team moving forward.
Butch Alsandor live at Reliant Stadium, where he just heard from head coach Gary Kubiak. And Butch, did he address the quarterback question?
I would think Matt Schaub's name came up a few times in the post-press conference, his final press conference of the season. Of course, the Texans went 13-5, which is a great season. But, you know, when you are the quarterback, you not only get the pretty girls and all the nice commercials, you also get the blame, and that's a little bit of what's going on right now. Now, this morning we were here as a lot of the players were cleaning out their locker rooms, and, you know, it's kind of a bad time because they're thinking about what could have been had it not been the loss in New England to the Patriots. But they were also talking about Matt Schaub. Of course, like I said, when you're the quarterback, you get a lot of the blame. Schaub threw for more than 340 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also had an interception. And, of course, his critics were very vocal today, but he's getting a lot of support from his coach and his teammates.
I believe in Matt. He's a quarterback of our football team. I've got no doubt about him. You know, I think over the course of the last 2 years, he's won 70+% of his starts. That's it's hard to do in this league. So I feel very good about our quarterback. Our whole team's got to get better. That includes, you know, coaching and playing for us to take the next step. And Matt's part of the team.
Matt's the guy. I mean, you know, everyone's gonna. That's the way the league works. They're gonna pick on the quarterback, they're gonna pick on the head coach when things don't go well. You know, if the ball would have bounced our way and he had the same stats, no one's caring about the pick. No one's caring about certain things that he did. So that's the way it works.
Now, Coach Kubiak did say at the press conference he would consider drafting a younger quarterback if the opportunity presented itself, but he said we're always trying to improve. Matt is the guy. He will be the guy. Back to you, Len Shern-Min.
All right, thank you, sir. Well, should the Texans find a new coach and quarterback, as some suggest, ahead what fans are saying after the team's tough loss?
And should liquor stores be open on Sundays? Ahead, a new development in the battle over booze
and
in
ladies,
Texas.
Eating berries could be good for your heart. how many you need to eat to see the benefits.
And we need some sunshine in berry form or anything out there to cheer us up. The rain's kicked out of here in Louisiana, but we are left with this cloudy, dreary, cold 41 in Katy. We may see a little frozen mix northern counties next couple of mornings. We'll talk about it coming right up.
His sister's one of more than 500 adults who vanished last year in Harris County.
Something bad happened to her.
But now there's a better chance of finding her. The new tool that could one day bring your missing loved one home. Tonight on KHOU 11 News at 10. This portion of the news is brought to you by Nissan and your Nissan dealer.
KHOU 11 is giving away a 2013 Chevy Tahoe. Click the sweepstakes tab on the KHOU 11 Facebook page and register for your chance to win. Plus, we'll be giving away other great prizes. You must enter by February 8th. Don't miss your chance to win this Chevy Tahoe.
Impeach Obama? The emotional battle over gun control takes another twist, and it was the main topic during the president's final first-term news conference today. Tomorrow, Vice President Joe Biden will present his task force recommendations on curbing gun violence. And the president says he may be able to act without congressional approval.
Responsible gun owners, people who have a gun for protection, for hunting, for sportsmanship, they don't have anything to worry about.
But a Houston area congressman is threatening to file articles of impeachment against the president if Obama tries to change gun control with an executive order. Representative Steve Stockman says he will thwart the president, quote, by using any means necessary.
Now, due to the president's news conference this morning, The Young and the Restless was preempted. We will re-air the entire one-hour broadcast at 2:42 tomorrow morning, so set those DVRs.
If you have ever tried to buy liquor on Sundays, you know that the stores are closed. But the old blue law could change if some lawmakers get their way. State Representative Sinfronia Thompson of Houston is sponsoring the bill. She claims it would increase state revenue by $8 million a year. If the bill passes, liquor stores could be open from noon until 10 p.m. on Sundays, but they would still be closed on Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Day.
Lance Armstrong talks to some of his biggest supporters moments before his interview with Oprah.
What he told the staff of his cancer foundation.
The KHOU 11 app. Download it on your iPhone.
Now that the season is over, everybody seems to have an opinion about the Texans and how they can improve next year.
You bet. Our Doug Miller joins us live now from Reliant with the Monday Morning Quarterback Report. Doug?
I'll tell you what, some Mondays are harder than others, aren't they? Now, let's face it, a lot of people halfway expected this, didn't really expect the Texans to beat the Patriots, but that sure doesn't make this any easier. We dropped by Sports Clips, not for a haircut, but just to listen.
I thought we were going to, when we had like a 90-something yard run back.
Yeah.
Man, I was like, oh, we're starting off strong, and then we had to kick for a field goal.
Football's what Carissa Craig and her customers talk about, even in the off-season.
Come out firing like that.
To get past their defense, which is what kills us.
And then to have to settle for 3 points.
And once again, their hearts have been broken.
We weren't very happy, our watching party.
Just that kickoff return was amazing. We had to kick another field goal like we always do. That seems to be the Texans.
Dr. Doom on the southeast side.
Fans calling sports talk shows say we need a new coach, a new quarterback.
Vince Young. Oh, Vince Young?
Young. Vince Young, baby. Hey.
But I feel like deep down there's a sense of resignation because when you look at these two games against the Patriots, they lost to a better football team.
And yes, some fans are ready to just give up.
You saw the slide, downward slide about 4 or 5 games ago. So it's like, I hate to reference it like that, but if you know there's a death in the family and it's coming, you know it's kind of coming, so you're not that disappointed when it did happen.
It was really frustrating hearing all the clients who bet against us.
But in a city that's seen so many teams come within a hair's breadth of greatness,
I tried to make it interesting at the end, though.
All we can do is hope for next season. Well, it's been a rough couple of weeks for sports fans here in Houston. Last week, Biggio was kept out of the Hall of Fame, and this week, now the football season's over with. We're going to have more on the Texans coming up on 11 News at 5, but for now, live at Reliant Stadium, Doug Miller, KHOU 11 News.
Well, sports fans always have something to say, and we're getting a lot of comments about the team on our Facebook page. Charles Castillo stands behind the team, writing, "Heartbroken but upbeat. We're very close to making the jump to the next level. Go Texans." While Kimberly Bell disagrees and writes, "Schaub and Kubiak must go. Schaub is horrible under pressure, and Kubiak's play calling is horrendous." We want to hear what you think. Just join us on KHOU on Facebook page.
Lance Armstrong fiercely denied doping for years, but he is expected to tell all during an interview at his home in Austin with Oprah today. Before the interview, Armstrong apologized to staff members at his Live Strong Cancer Foundation. He choked up and several employees cried. While he apologized, he never said a word about doping to the staff. He did say he was calm and ready to speak candidly with Wintry. Media from all over the world, even Italy, are camped out at his home.
Armstrong is a huge name, big news when he wins, when he loses, when he maybe confess. So it's going to be a huge news. I think people want the truth. He would like, I think the people hate to be teased.
There you go. Armstrong said he will try to restore the foundation's reputation. His interview with Oprah will air later this week on her own network.
Time to check in with the weather now, and it's winter has arrived, and it's sticking around.
And, you know, we've had a few helpings of winter so far this year, but now we've got a big spoonful of it. It's going to last through at least midweek. Outside right now, you know, the temperature in the Woodlands is 40. That's actually come up 1 degree in the past hour. You were sitting at 39 the past couple of hours. North wind at 3, cloudy. Expect this and more rain, and maybe even a little bit of sleet in our northwest counties the next couple of mornings. Cloudy, cold, and wet today, tonight, and tomorrow. Slight chance for sleet in northwest counties. In fact, let's take a closer look at that. If it's going to sleet, it'll probably be in the morning hours between 4 a.m. and 10 a.m. It'll be tomorrow morning and Wednesday morning, northwest counties. But at the moment, we don't have any type of travel advisories or winter weather advisories. It may just be fun to see, but it won't add up to a whole lot. Right now, temperature 46 in the Huntsville area. Conroe's at 42. Sugar Land, you guys are at 45. And there's Pearland at 46 right now. And these temperatures are about near our high temps for the day. Cloudy, gloomy, wintry across downtown Houston right now. 43 degrees in the downtown area. Dew point's at 37. Pressure's 30, 14 and steady. And the winds are northeast at 9 miles an hour. Every now and then they gust to about 10 or 12, and it does put the wind chill in the 30s. So bundle up and cover exposed skin. Conroe, high temp today, 42. Houston, Bush, Continental high so far has only been 45 degrees. The normal is 64. And there are the clouds across southeast Texas. The rain's exited for now, but another disturbance will come in, and this will give us a slight chance for light rain, I think, across the Houston area. This is 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. But see this stuff up here near Conroe, Willis, Cut and Shoot, Huntsville, Navasota, Dobbin. You may see a little bit of sleet. Can't even rule out maybe a snowflake up there, but it won't add up to much. We get a break, I think, during the day tomorrow. And then let me take you into Wednesday morning at 6 a.m. This may be a better chance for seeing some sleet up there, Conroe, Huntsville to Livingston and the Cleveland area. Weather where you live overnight tonight will be in the 30s. Most areas are above freezing overnight tonight, and then only barely highs in the 40s. Huntsville, a high of 42. Woodlands, a high of 42 tomorrow with the rain chance, especially in the morning. Weather where you live, central south side Houston 36, Pearland 36, so everybody above freezing overnight tonight, and then only in the low to mid 40s at best with rain reoccurring as we get into the morning hours tomorrow. So taking the kids to school the next couple of mornings may involve your windshield wipers or a raincoat at the bus stop. We'll do this again on Wednesday, 40% rain chance, and then hang in there, drum roll. We expect to some sunshine returns Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and by that time we are all going to need it, if for no other reason, just to help us get over last Sunday.
Yes, get over it, but it was a great season. Yeah. All right, thank you. In Health Watch today, a warning about bogus Botox. The Food and Drug Administration has sent out warnings to 350 doctors who may have unknowingly bought fake Botox, and 3 Houston docs are on that list. The FDA says the product may have been counterfeit or contaminated, and that could be harmful to patients because it might be unsafe or ineffective. The FDA is telling the doctors to stop using the phony drug and reminds consumers only to get Botox from a legitimate source.
Here is another thumbs up for berries. A new study out of Harvard shows women can greatly cut the risks of having a heart attack by eating more blueberries and strawberries. Here's Teresa Garcia.
Kate Strawn has high blood pressure and cholesterol, putting her at risk for a heart attack. The 42-year-old is doing what she can to control her risk factors, including watching what she eats.
Reducing sodium in particular, looking at packaging, checking the salt levels, things that really surprise you.
Now a new study shows adding some berries to her diet could also help lower her chances of having a heart attack. Harvard researchers followed about 100,000 women for nearly 20 years and found those who ate several servings of blueberries and strawberries every week lowered their chances of a heart attack 32%.
Eating blueberries and strawberries more than 3 times a week reduce the risk of heart attack.
Blueberries and strawberries have high levels of a natural compound called flavonoids, which can also be found in grapes and wine, eggplants, and other fruits and vegetables.
This class of foods helps to dilate the arteries and reduce inflammation in the arteries, therefore reducing heart attack rates.
Kate has been trying to eat more fruits and vegetables and is planning on adding more blueberries and strawberries now.
It's definitely something that'll be easier to sort of work into the diet.
She's also getting more exercise, walking to work every day to keep her heart healthy. Teresa Garcia, KHOU 11 News.
Now to more breaking news. This from West Harris County, where investigators are looking for a gunman on the loose. We're told someone shot a 20-year-old man in the head. This is the 6800 block of Bushmead. We do have a crew on the scene, and we'll bring you a live update coming up at 5 o'clock.
Still ahead, the winners and losers at the Golden Globes next.
The KHOU 11 app, now available on your iPad.
Let's get a check on your ride home. A reminder, 3-lane southbound 59 East Tex at Little York shut down because of repairs on a bridge there until tomorrow morning.
All right, hey everybody, I'm Lisa Hernandez. Coming up at 5, the Royal Palace is releasing new details about Kate Middleton's pregnancy, what officials there are saying. Plus, a new movie about John F. Kennedy's assassination is bringing some big names to Texas, the stars who are filming here right now. And it is all the rage at the Detroit Auto Show. Check that out, the new 2014 Corvette. So what makes it different than all the other Vettes before? We'll tell you coming up at 5. We want to know.
You want to know.
The
That's
car
iconic.
aficionados say.
America's own. Thank you.
Thank you.
The award season is heating up.
Les Miserables was a big winner at the Golden Globes with 3 awards, including Best Picture in the musical or comedy category. Ben Affleck's movie Argo won Best Picture in the drama category. Lincoln had a disappointing night, only a single win, Best Actor for Daniel Day-Lewis.
In television, HBO's Homeland got Best Drama, and Girls from HBO named Best Comedy. For a full list of winners, head to KHOU.com. Watch out for Lincoln at the Oscars. That's all I can say.
I gotta go see that.
We'll see you at 5.
KHOU 11 is a part of BELO, listed on the New York Stock Exchange as BLC. This portion of the news is brought to you by MyFit Foods.